Hiya, and welcome back to Undefeated. The game that teaches us that now Bruce needs to go to bed. All of them just need to go to bed. And now it's Bruce that needs to go to bed. Anyways, let's just hop right in. So, what else do we have planned? You can use my joystick if you still want to practice. I'll pass. I don't want to break more of your stuff. You're fine, man. It happens, I swear. I've seen more broken controllers by guys my size. Although they're usually... Another fighter spikes their controller into the ground and starts arguing. Something about screen peeking? Yeah, throwing their controllers into the ground. I promise. Bruce, you're fine. He lets out a sigh. I'm sorry, little buddy. I'll steal you one from Fang. Please, don't. I mean, clearly, they've got reserves. I assume they'll have to pay for those. You'd be surprised what they let top tiers get away with down here, Xander. One time I stayed up past my bedtime and my coach got pissed. That happened to you too? They both crack a smile. Yeah, man, it sucked. He left me off with a warning and a slap on the wrist, but if I was tier 1, he would have snapped my neck right there. Not if I snapped his first. What in the fuck are you two talking about? Just going over what would happen if I stole the controller. Or if you go out past your bedtime. We don't have bedtimes? And can't you just buy him a new controller? Bruce rolls his eyes. Well, yeah, if you want to be lame about it. Where's your sense of adventure? I might be better off stealing one if that's the result. You're not exactly built for stealth, Bruce. Maybe that's exactly what I want you to think. He winks as Redline does an overdramatic gasp. I'm glad at least they're getting along. Redline was all quiet a few weeks ago, but since then, we've been seeing Bruce more and more often. It's a little awkward, but he always manages to find a way to make it seem like a coincidence. His buds just happen to sit next to us at a meal at times, he's always somehow working out near our schedule, and now this little gaming session. I'm glad I don't have to be scared of him anymore, I can at least admit that. We've been getting a little closer since Red's fight. Turns out he and I are actually from neighboring cities. Fang made up some fake info for his public bio in an attempt to make him more mysterious. But we both think it's because they don't want to advertise a champion as coming from a shady town. I don't trust him fully yet, but at least now the threat of him ripping my head off in public isn't present as much. Welp. He stands up to stretch, ruffling Red's hair as he follows suit. Got any other ideas? I can run up and grab my other controller. Nah, I'm all video gamed out. Yeah, and I've got to head to an appointment. Ooh, Xander's in trouble. I'm going to see Drayden. It's not like I'm getting called to the principal's office. What'd you do, Xan? Rob a bank? Steal a controller? He's been staying up past his bedtime for months now. I thought we raised you better. For shame! I'm leaving. That is beautiful. They laugh as I finally manage to get away, reaching some peace in the quiet hallway. Okay, maybe a bit too quiet. I hope they at least find something to keep them entertained. This is the first time I've had an appointment to see Drayden in a while, even for anything medical, thankfully. Yeah, let me adjust my mic. I've bumped into him in the halls a few times, though. In the cafeteria, too. He's usually accompanied by Bucky, but that might just be a coincidence. Maybe I can grill him about the reasoning for that as payback for how pushy he is regarding my well-being. That'll show him! Hiya. Drayden's already in his office when I get there. The only thing separating his room from any other room is some kind of oil diffuser. It's sitting on its table, shooting out an unjust amount of vapor. Got a new setup. Moved my audio interface. And it keeps getting caught on a table. I need to fix that. Oh, can't do that. Cannot do that unless I want my laptop to fall. Cannot do that. Hello, Xander. To our Lord and Savior Noche, please forgive me for my sins, and please do not get mad at me for what I am about to do and or say. But I cannot say what I want to say live unless I want to get banned. And I don't feel like getting banned, so I'm not going to do that. Hello, Xander. Thank you for meeting with me today. He's speaking in an overly calm tone, and are those sweatpants? I'm trying something new. What do you think? I fan some of the vapor away from my face. Hotboxing your patients is one way to get them to calm down, yeah. The doctor laughs and adjusts the diffuser. I've been trying to make therapy sessions more enticing. You'd be surprised how many men down here could use it. You know, I don't really think that would surprise me at all. Another laugh as Drayden crosses a leg and leans back in his chair. I suppose you and I do see the same sort of people day in, day out. I guess so, you just don't have to deal with them being aggressive in the gym. Oh, there's been a few folks in the medbay that require some added security. You know how grumpy some men can get after a loss. Was that a jab at me? Oh, no, not at all. Sorry, I chuckle, shifting in my seat. I'm just teasing. Stop that! It scares me! The two of us giggle. It feels nice to have this alone time with him, but I, guess we should get started? Of course, what brings you in? I guess I want to talk about my dad. Did something happen since our last session? Sort of, yeah, I got a text from him. First I was excited because it meant I wouldn't have to talk in person, but he just told me to call him. That's not very useful. Right? He was always like that. Wanting to talk about things face to face. I guess it's not really a bad thing, but sometimes I'll just fuck up, you know? It happened with my mom, too. Can you give me an example? Hang on, let me adjust my microphone so it's a bit louder. There we go. I got a call from your teacher. Care to explain your grades? I don't know, the class is hard! Look at me when I'm talking to you! You need to get it together. Your cousins graduated with a perfect GPA and your father and I did too. I'm sorry. Sorry? Is that really the attitude you want to have? I am so sick and tired of... Look at me! She would always hit the table when she got mad. You're not even trying anymore. I'm sick of it. Well, do you have anything to say, or are you just going to stand there looking sad? I can't say sorry again. She'll keep slamming the table. And next time it might not be the table she hits. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Xander? I don't know what to say. Whenever people get mad, I freeze up. It happened with Mom and Dad. It happened with the Commissioner. It happened when I first met Bruce. And whenever it happens, Why are you mad? It's your fault it got this bad in the first place. I don't know what to say, so I stay quiet. But if I stay quiet, they get mad. And when they get mad, I want to apologize. But if I apologize, they don't accept it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they wanted from me. I'm sorry. This better not come up again. Understand? Yes. So you would lock up whenever faced with that intense fear. Yeah. There's a joke about looking like a deer in the headlights. I wasn't about to say it, but he scribbles a little more down. So you sometimes have trouble talking to someone that's yelling at you. I think that's perfectly normal. And I take it you've tried to approach it over text, since you struggle with these kinds of face-to-face interactions. Yeah. But I might have gone a little overboard, I guess. You're finally home. Yeah. I got your texts. I'm sorry. That's what you said in your texts. But 100 times, too. I'm sorry. You overreacted again. You need to get your attitude in check. Sorry. Stop it. Stop making excuses. You always do this. You freak out and overreact over nothing. Adjusting the microphone again. Are you scared of me? Do you think I'm going to hurt you? Yes. I'm not going to kill you because of a bad grade. My body tenses up when I hear the garage door open. When you beat the table in front of me, it makes me wonder what would happen if it wasn't blocking me from you. I have to stay up late and listen for your footsteps to stop before I can leave my room so I don't have to feel you look at me. Don't look at me. I fucking hate you. Please don't look at me. Don't you feel safe with us? Children that feel safe don't hide themselves away. If I felt safe, I wouldn't be apologizing. If we're such awful people, you can go live with your friends. You said that once. Look how you turned out when I actually left. Stop crying, you're so sensitive. I take a deep breath. Ground yourself. After a moment, I open my eyes and see Drayden. He has so much compassion, so much patience, so much forgiveness. I'm safe. I'm safe here. You know what? Here you go, Xander's parents. I hope you commit eating vertical tortilla chip. Sorry. I like to think I was a good student, and a good son, I guess. But whenever I couldn't be perfect, they would go ballistic. It's stupid to admit, but it was always really scary, and it was over stuff that never really mattered. Grades, clothes, food, mess anything up, and they start slamming doors. Did they ever hit you? No. He writes something down, but it felt like they were going to. One day near the end of sophomore year, I found out I was getting a bad grade in class. Not failing, but not good either. I didn't know what they wanted. I was trying my best. I couldn't stay silent, so I just lost it at school. Sent them a fuck ton of texts apologizing, telling them that I was going to be better. I wanted to be good for them. I didn't want them to be mad at me. Such a stupid thing to have a breakdown over. But it felt very real. You said it yourself. It felt like they were going to hurt you. I don't think that's a bad reason to break down. The threat of physical harm felt real, even if it was over a D in English class or whatever. It was a C in physics. It was a C? Obviously worthy of assaulting your child over. That managed to get a little laugh out of me. I wiped the beads of tears welling at the edge of my eyes. I never got a worse punishment than just a simple grounding or a load of extra chores. I mean, I was still young, so that was the most they could do without it getting dangerous. But it just felt like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. One day I was going to fuck up and they'd start swinging. I'm thankful it didn't come to that. And these are the people you were trying to be perfect for? Wouldn't it be nice to put that energy toward people that care about you? It's a bit jarring to hear that out loud. Do they care for me? I mean, they cared for me once, but now that I'm fully independent... Sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. With everything you've told me, I think it's perfectly natural to feel the way you feel. They treated every little mistake like a life or death situation, and that's trained your mind to react like that to anything. Sure, someone could say it might have toughened you up, but is that worth it? Is it healthy to scare someone into submission? It feels like life has been very cold for you, Xander. I guess. Still have trouble accepting that. My parents paid for my classes and everything, though. They gave me a lot. They also threatened you with assault and kicked you out when you were 16. My God, Xander. You don't have to give them a pass for doing the bare minimum. It sounds like they just went through the motions. Which isn't bad. There are some things a parent should do as a baseline. But I also think not making your child think you're going to beat them should be on that list. I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should forgive them. That's not a decision I can make. When that time comes, I want you to ask yourself if they deserve all the energy you spend fearing them. No. He laughs. Well, I'm glad that's figured out. Therapy over. But really, they can claim their love for you, but it doesn't really cancel out their actions, right? It's not healthy to live with that mindset. Down here, people get hurt all the time. Bones break, cartilage tears, wounds open. Those can be repaired. But your parents, they hurt you, Xander. They've hurt you in a way that medicine can't fix. He pauses after saying that, looking straight into me. For some reason, tears reach my eyes. Yeah, they hurt me. I have to understand that. I have to stop making excuses for them. Drayden just looks at me. Please don't, I don't want you to see me cry. Ignoring a cut doesn't make it go away, Xander. It gets infected, and the infection grows and it spreads. And it's been festering in you for so long, Xander. Please stop. I have to close my eyes so he can't see me cry. I don't want this to be his problem. But then... I'm gonna have to... His body presses against mine, arms draped over my shoulders. Drayden is so soft, so delicate, but his hold is firm. I'm sorry that you've been hurting for so long. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that this hurts now. I'm sorry. But this is the only way the wound can start to heal. I'm sorry. You're brave for coming to see me. You're brave for surviving. Thank you for being so strong for all this time. No more. I don't need to hold back, and I don't think I can. I start sobbing into Drayden. All this ugliness, all this hate forced out of my body. My heart doesn't deserve this weight. It can't carry it. I don't deserve to carry it. I forced my heart to stay cold so nobody would come near, so I didn't have to be afraid of anything, of anyone. But Drayden's hug, his voice, his body, it's all so warm. You're safe here, Xander. I'm safe here. I'm safe. Those words scare me. I don't know what safe is, or maybe I forgot it too long ago. But here and now, I don't have to worry. I thought I could just get past it. Thought it would go away when I left. You also tried to bench 175 when you were injured, and look how that turned out. It's scary, I know it is, and a lot of men are too scared to face it. Drayden lets out a slow sigh, his hug staying firm. I'm so proud of you for coming to see me, and for being so open. It hurts to pour your heart out like this. The two of us stay there for a while as my sobs peter out, muffled into his jacket. Do you need some space? I can... As he pulls away, hold him closer. Just a little longer, if that's okay. Of course it is, Xander. A bit of time passes with some more encouraging words. I don't remember. My head always gets a little fuzzy in therapy. Maybe it's the essential oils assaulting my snout. Tears are all tapped out at this point, so Drayden's back in his chair, writing something down on that clipboard. I'd like to see his notes sometime. So, are you all set? I think so. I'm going to work on all this. All this broken mess of a deer. The cat shakes his head. Not broken. Not a mess. I don't want to hear any self-deprecating language. Aw, but that's my sense of humor! That's my sense of humor. Self-deprecating. 'Cause it's funny. I don't want to hear any self-deprecating language. You're not a mess. You're not something that needs fixing. You are a strong young man that's lived with a lot of pain, and now you're healing. Having a good, positive mindset is very important in the healing process, Xander. Granted, it won't fix everything, but it's definitely going to help. As for your freezing up issue, we can talk more on that in our next session. Though, it is interesting. Redline mentioned that you stood up for him before his fight, and you didn't even flinch. That's right, with Cole. I guess it's easier when I'm defending someone I care about. Drayden gives a gentle smile. That's very honorable. Let's see if we can get you to care about yourself that much, too. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about today? I should maybe explore that a little more. Actually, yeah. A few weeks back, me and Redline were hanging out. He was getting really talkative and anxious, so I don't know why I'm dancing around the subject. It's not like we fucked or anything. Just pet him. On the head. Like a dog. Drayden looks confused, but happy. Oh? Is that a problem? No, it's not. I think. It's just confusing. I did it just off of instinct. And I've never had that instinct to do it before. It sounds like you two have gotten a little closer since then. I guess that is true. I just don't like seeing other people be mean to him. I don't have a clear picture of what he's got going on, but I know he's not doing well. And if that big piece of shit Cole tries to make it worse, I'll send him to the medbay. Drayden laughs nervously and shifts in his seat. As an employee who is also your friend, I'm going to choose to not have heard that. But I am thankful that you two are becoming friendlier. I think it's good for the both of you. Yeah, I think so too. And I feel like I should be apologizing to him. For what? Just everything? I've been kind of an asshole for a while. I don't want to make a situation any worse. He smiles and writes something down. Well, I don't think Redline would ever hold that sort of thing against you. But if you feel compelled, I'm sure Redline would appreciate it. Oh, and of course, let me know if anything happens between you and your father. I'm always here if you need me. I nod and make my way to the door. Thank you, Drayden. Take a deep breath and move on. I don't like thinking about that sort of stuff. It tugs at that hole in my chest, makes it feel like something's missing. Maybe things would be different if I didn't have to suffer like I did as a kid. Maybe I wouldn't be here. Bruce wouldn't have to worry about his job. Maybe Redline would still be living alone. A shudder creeps down my spine when that thought appears. I don't know how well off Red would be without me. That sounds a little selfish, but I can't help but worry about him. Him and his soft fur. Fuck, right? Why did I pet him in the first place? He seems so anxious. I couldn't just let him feel scared. It's the last thing he needs, especially with everything he's got going on, though. Yeah, that's it. I was just trying to be nice. So why do I want to pet him again? Ever since that night, I've wanted to spend more and more time with him. Do I like him, or do I just feel some sense of friendship for the first time in forever? Which one? Do we want to admit our feelings, or go into denial? Because, Xander, denial is a river that flows through Egypt. Oh, hiya. Welcome. I guess we are denying our feelings for him. I'm so sorry, Redline. I'm so sorry we're denying our feelings. Yeah. Hiya. Welcome. Guess we're denying our feelings. So sad. It must be friendship when I really think about it. It's been a long time since I've had an actual friend. That's a little sad to admit, but I can't remember the last time I had an actual friend. Acquaintances at work, maybe, or something that I recognized around the apartment building. But I wouldn't consider any of them friends. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. We love him. We stan him. We love and stan the Yeen. I'm not doing that. We have feelings for him. I'm sorry. Romance. I never really felt like it was for me. There wasn't any chance of that happening when I got kicked out. But it's been so long. Maybe I should try to pursue that. What's the worst that can happen? Red turns me down, and every interaction we have from that point on is horribly uncomfortable. Yeah, that does sound pretty shitty, but he did mention that he thought I was cute. Maybe that was his way of telling me how he felt? He could have been drunk, too. Wait, no, those are non-alcoholic beers, right? Just the thought of asking someone how they feel makes my stomach churn. I shouldn't care how he feels about me. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Stop it! Focus on the now, and not Red. Or his soft fur. Or the way he giggles when he tells a stupid joke. I'm fucked. And this is probably one of those things I won't go away without talking to him about it. I can keep a secret, but it's a lot harder when they're in your face all the time. Maybe I can talk to Drayden about it. Wait. I was going to ask Drayden about him and Bucky. God damn it! That would have been the perfect time to bring it up, too. Next time, then. Right now, though, I should probably get to lunch. Before I can get there, though. Xander! He's sprinting down the hall, impressively weaving his way through various groups of people standing between us. Of course, most of them manage to hear his call and step to the side before he accidentally barrels into them. Once he's close enough, he dives toward me. Thankfully, I'm used to this. I catch the hyena, letting his momentum carry us in a spin as I hold him close. Red has an apparent blush on his face and giggles a bit before he speaks. Dude. I just got an email that says I need to be in attendance at lunch today. Is that a good thing? Yeah. Usually means there's a surprise title fight coming up. A surprise fight? I suppose it has been a few weeks since his last one, after all. But a 4-0 and getting a shot at the title already? I didn't think it was matchmaking day yet. It's not. I mean, not for another week or something. Wouldn't they rather do it then? Not if it's a sudden replacement, like how with my last fight, I got swapped in at the last minute. That's true. Well, whatever it is, it sounds pretty exciting. Red's already tugging my arm as if he's trying to sprint to the cafeteria. Hiya. I managed to keep up. We both managed to find a seat pretty quickly. Red tore through the lines in an effort to get seated faster. You know that it won't matter how fast we eat. They'll announce it at the same time regardless. Dean looks at me with a mouthful of food, then swallows. Maybe they'll see how fast I'm eating and announce it sooner! He answers quickly, opting to shove more food in his face. Lunch goes on for a while, with Redline getting more and more anxious the longer it lasts. Your whines sound like those videos where a dog is waiting at the door for its owner to come back home. It's our anxious whine! It's been passed down through our family for generations. Do you have any other sounds? He proceeds to sample a few other whines. Those all sound the exact same, but with different lengths. Yeah, the length of the whine indicates the intent behind it. See, it's really interesting. I did some research on how sounds have evolved through... Ah, thank goodness. He looks like he's about to explode.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've been enjoying your lunch. I have a very special announcements to make.
You finally getting married?
I'm already...
You trying for a baby? How far along are you? Yeesh. He's dying out there. And I'm dying over here. Just read the fucking card. A few people, Theodore included, turned to the source of the sound. I've never heard Redline sound that aggressive. There was even a growl in his voice. The rabbit clears his throat and continues.
Would the following 12 fighters please come to the steps here in front of me?
He proceeds to list off a few names of people I don't recognize. Each name is accompanied by a resounding single cheer from the audience.
And last but not least, Redline Greyfang.
I've never seen Red move this fast. He's up on the steps like a streak of lightning and lines up next to the rest of the fighters.
Due to the excellent performance of these 12 fighters, Fang is excited to offer everyone standing up here a promotion. Tier 1 fighters, you are now Tier 2, and Tier 2s are now Tier 3s.
Crowds already erupted into cheers, applauding their friends and colleagues. I do notice a few people that are very clearly not happy, with one or two stomping out of the cafeteria. But the smile on Redline's face is too perfect. He doesn't know where to look, so his head just keeps darting to the crowd, then to me, then to the fighters next to him, then back to me. His tail swats the guy next to him on accident, but he's too happy to get scared when the big cat growls at him.
You 12 will get a new email detailing your contracts and room assignments shortly. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Wait, what? I think this is the first time I've seen Theodore leave the lunchroom without being embarrassed, without being harassed. Wait, room assignments? We're getting new roommates? Dude! He's beaming as big as ever as he returns. I'm wondering if he heard everything Theodore said. It was pretty loud at the end there. Congratulations, Red. That's huge. What's the pay raise?
I think it's like double? That's double from the previous pay rate before it was docked a few months ago. More vacation days, unlimited cafeteria access, private coaching. This is huge, dude.
I'm really happy for you, Red. Thanks.
Ow! Fuck!
Congrats. Bruce walks by, bonking Red on the scalp. I catch him winking at Redline before walking off with his crowd of friends. I guess that counts as discreet. Nobody else could have noticed. At least Red knows not to make a big deal out of it in front of everyone, and his tail is still wagging. We get rid of our trays and start to head on up to our room. So, when does it take effect?
I think it's immediate. Let me check the email.
He whips out his phone and scrolls for a bit.
Yep, says it's effective immediately. And there's a bonus too. I get 5 vacation days right away.
That's awesome. So he wins one fight and gets promoted? He gets all this incredible shit while I'm still fighting Bruce forever? So fucking stupid. I'm working my ass off fighting some massive animal and I can barely make it out alive, and I can't even get a day off? He doesn't deserve this. I deserve it. Oh, God damn it, Xander. Just be happy for him. I swear to God, Wait, stop. I'm freaking out. What did Drayden say again? Ground myself. Find something I can grab. Reach over and grab Redline's wrist. It just sort of happens. I wasn't thinking. I don't know. I just need to... breathe. I look up to him.
Hey, you alright?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, here, let's...
We're by our room, so Redline quickly opens the door and pulls me inside. Before I know it, we're sitting on our respective beds. Red has both my hands and his thumb rubbing small, gentle circles on mine.
You're breathing really fast.
Am I? I am.
Try to slow down.
I am. In. And out.
There you go. My brother's had panic attacks like this all the time. Everything's gonna be okay, I promise.
Thanks. Sorry. He laughs.
What are you apologizing for?
for getting mad at you about your promotion is what I should have said, but I don't want him to know I was thinking that. For grabbing you like that. Red rolls his eyes.
It's all good, Xander. Honest, you startled me for a second, but I'm just glad you're okay.
He starts to pull away, but I hold on to his hands. I think he gets the picture.
Take all the time you need, man.
Time passes and my head starts to clear. Glad I didn't lose my cool at him again. He doesn't deserve that. Not right after he got this kind of news.
All better?
I think so. Thanks, Red.
Happy to help, man.
You said you helped your brothers like that? He gives a nervous laugh.
Yeah, for a while it was rough. I think everyone in my family has problems with it, but Blake and Grant especially had it bad. Don't know why, but Dad seemed to have it out for them. They weren't really, masculine or whatever. Soft, but like in a nice way, Dad always gave them shit, calling them sissies or sensitive. That sort of thing. He never really cared what they got up to unless it was something he hated. Then he'd get mad at them. I wasn't old enough to remember too much about Grant, but Mom always made sure to point out how he stopped smiling in family photos. He loved hearing that every time we looked through the albums. Blake and I are only 2 years apart, so we shared a room. He was always really quiet, really shy, really bad at eye contact, or just, talking to anyone. Grant went off to college just as Blake got into high school, but when he came back for summer, he was totally different. He sat me and Blake down and taught us about stuff like panic attacks and anxiety and everything. I thought it was kind of weird at the time, but Blake was crying, and then he hugged Grant. He never hugged anyone, not even Mom. Anyways, after that, whenever Blake started freaking out, I was there to help. Not help make it worse. But yeah, Blake and I got really close for a while, then he went off to college, and none of us really heard from him after. Grant, too, they both do their own thing now. I think they hate Dad, and I don't really blame them. There's a beat of silence, and Red shakes his head and sighs. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble like that. So you feeling okay? It sounds like your dad's a real piece of shit. Uh-oh. Sorry, I meant... No, he can be a lot. At the very least, it sounds like he wasn't great to your brothers, and suddenly that became your responsibility. I guess that's true. I forgot again. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. But hey, now I'm able to help other people when they need it. You always manage to look on the bright side of things. Someone has to. He laughs, but I feel like he's playing it too cool. There's a lot of pressure for one person to carry. Maybe I should help him. Thanks, Red. So, you can do private coaching now? Yep, I'm still considering sticking with Bucky. I've got a score to settle with him. What's the score, 80-0? Hey, I made him tap once! So, 79-1. He laughs and I smile. I guess I should bring it up now. And rooming? His ears fold a little at hearing that, and he pulls his phone up. Yeah, I have a new room. No word on a roommate yet, but they need me to move today. Actually, right now. It says here the moving trolleys are only available for a few hours, so... Someone bangs on the door. Both of us snap to attention, and Redline goes to open it. Make way, Pipsqueak. The dino stomps in, slamming the door behind him. Got a stack of moving crates cradled under one arm and drops him down onto the floor between our beds. I can hear a lot of commotion in the hall. Seems like a lot of folks are moving today. Once Redline peels himself from off the wall Bruce shoved him into, he growls playfully. Hey, you can only say please. Yeah, you gotta be mad if I don't. Get your shit packed. I thought they were gonna hire moving staff. Hire? Ha! The heavyweights volunteered to help. Bruce starts tossing Redline's bed sheets into a moving crate, and Red pulls on his arm. Easy, Bruce. Those stay here. They aren't mine. Huh? He told me to just throw everything into a container and lug it upstairs. Been a while since I was in the low tier, so I don't remember what came with the rooms. But I remember the sheets being nicer than this. I'd rip a hole in these just by laying on them. Actually, come to think of it, I did that once. The mattress, too. He laughs loudly, and the two of us scramble to fit everything Redline owns into a few crates. Feel like I should help. So where exactly is he moving to? I already told you, dumbass, he's going upstairs. What, did I knock too many brain cells loose in our last fight? He's talking loud, but shows no animosity in his face. I guess he's actually trying to keep up appearances since the hallway is so full of people. He actually mouths the word sorry to me. I haven't seen the place. Maybe we can see it together. Some sort of emotion wells up inside me. Why would I want to see a goal I'll never be able to attain? I shake it off and smile. That sounds like fun. Do you need help packing up? Yeah, like your wimpy little arms are really gonna help cram the shit in these boxes. Bruce finishes neatly folding up one of Redline's blankets and places it inside another crate. I have no responsibility to help, but I might as well. Somehow we managed to get most of Redline's things crammed into the boxes, save for his box fan, fight stick, and a laundry hamper filled with clothes. 4 crates stack high in Bruce's arms, with Redline tugging a duffel bag full of assorted goods out the door. Need any help? Bruce laughs as the door opens.
It's time to drink water. It's
Yeah,
time
if we
to
need
drink
help
water.
crying like a bitch, I'll give you a call.
It's time to
Here,
drink
take the
water.
shortcut.
It's time to drink water.
We make our way into the side staircase, going up the stairs this time. 1, 2, 3 flights up, we find a door that looks similar to the one on our level, except... Hey, Zan, grab the door. There's a fingerprint lock. Shit, I can't. I think it should work for me. Presses a thumb to the pad, and sure enough, it beeps and unlocks. The tier 2 hallway, it's wider than ours, and the rooms are spaced further apart, so they must be bigger.
Oh man, this hallway's huge. It's like being at a hotel. You ever sprint down one of these bad boys? Here, watch.
Nope. Bruce manages to pluck his claw behind Redline's shirt, and the little guy doesn't even get a chance to try. Your room's down at the end of the hall, I think. We count the numbered rooms, all the way down to the opposite end. Could have gotten here faster if you let me run! I'm not picking up any shit you drop. Still an empty hallway, but Bruce is trying to keep up appearances in case anyone overhears. Redline opens the door, and... it looks like our bedroom, but with only one bed and a TV on the table. Small.
No, you're just huge, and so is this room.
Redline drops whatever he was carrying and does a little twirl, then collapses onto the bed.
Look at all this space. I could finally get that dance game machine I was telling you about.
Somehow I don't think it will fit. Bruce gently sets the stack of crates down, then places each of them on the floor so the stack doesn't topple over.
I guess you won't need to keep my extra stuff in your room anymore, Bruce.
I guess not. But I'm sure we can find a better way to store it. Right now, it's all in a big garbage bag in the corner.
But I asked you to feed and walk it 3 times a day.
Redline goes to start unpacking, but his phone buzzes. He holds it up to his head.
Yellow. Uh-huh. I'm moving into their new room. Oh, when does that start? Oh, yeah, I can... Oh, so we have to be there early? Right, okay. I'll head down now.
What's up?
That was Theo. So the new Tier 2s have some kind of orientation meeting since it's my first promotion. I have to be there early for some extra paperwork or something. Sorry for bailing in the middle of all your help.
It's fine. I think we're about wrapped up now, but the crates have to be back by tonight, so...
Here.
Redline lifts up a crate and flips it, dumping the carefully folded contents onto the floor. Bruce laughs and does the same, clearing the containers in exchange for a huge mess on the ground. There you go. Seems much more your style.
What does that mean?
It means you're a mess. The 3 of us move into the hall, all walking the same way.
It too, Zende. I like to think I'm a clean young man.
As far as hyenas go, sure. But I bet that's the cleanest your room is ever going to be.
Hey, that's not true. When I got to Tier 3, that room was spotless.
Right, and then you'll move in.
Okay, easy. You gonna be okay while I'm doing this orientation thing?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Probably hang out in the library or something. The 3 of us part ways. Time for depression to hit. I start down toward the library, but before I get there, I remember my phone is still in our room. Nope, my room. It's not our room anymore. Turn around and go back upstairs to grab it. My own room. Finally, it's what I've wanted all this time. Some peace and quiet. I get to the room in record time, or at least it feels faster because I don't have someone talking my ear off. A few of Redline's things are still here. He's planning to come down and grab them, but I guess that will happen later. My phone's still sitting charged on the nightstand. I drop down on my bed and let out a long, tired sigh. I'll just hang here for a minute before heading down to the library. No Redline, no Bruce, just peace. And quiet. Feels like a long time since I've been able to relax knowing that someone won't barge into my room. It's nice. Last time I felt this was right after I moved out of my parents' place. God, I was so scared. My hand was shaking when I went to sign that lease. I'm surprised I even rented a place to a teenager. I guess landlords will do anything if the money's good. I wanted to stay with Vinny for longer, but he'd done so much for me already. How such a burden. Maybe I should give him a call sometime, catch up with him, and see how he's doing. Not that I'd be able to visit until I'm out of this hellhole. That would actually require me to win a fight, but everyone knows that won't happen. Bucky and Drayden probably know that much too, but they don't know how to break the news to me. Might as well resign to a life of getting my ass beat by Bruce, right? At least he has enough heart to not try to kill me. I need to start being realistic. If I had any sort of value, I would be winning fights already. I'd be tier 2 like Red is. So in a way, I probably deserve this. The fights, the lockdown, the isolation, it's all punishment for me. Nope, stop. What am I thinking? I sit up on the bed and immediately notice how fast I'm breathing. Slow down, breathe. This panic attack shit never stops, does it? Does being alone with my thoughts for 5 minutes really do that much damage to my psyche? God, I'm fucking pathetic. Just chill the fuck out. My voice reaches no one's ears. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm... Hang on, someone's at the door. The electronic thumb pad beeps and the door unlocks. They still have you registered on my door lock, Redline? Turn to greet Red and see Bruce standing there, alone. He looks more confused than I do. Oh. How'd you get in here? Hi, Zan! He shuts the door quick, beaming wide. I, didn't think you'd be back so soon. How did you get in here? I heard you the first time. And I'll keep asking until I get an answer. How did you get in? The door was locked. Leave. Bruce sighs and drops down on Redline's bed, visibly uncomfortable. I didn't mean to creep on you or anything. Honest. I just came back for the last of Redline's junk. Why does your thumb work on the door? Being the champ comes with some privileges. One of those being unlimited access to pretty much anywhere in the facility. So you can get him to any room you want. Pretty much. Not that I've tried anything weird. When I got bumped from tier 3 to champion, left some stuff in my old room. Went down to retrieve it and I was able to unlock the door, even though someone already moved in. Scared the hell out of him. Tried a few other doors after hours and they all unlocked right away. Been able to do it for years, so it must have been an oversight. So you're just gonna sneak into this room. Just to get the rest of Redline's things. I didn't think you'd be back. Not that I was planning on hassling you anymore. I've fucked you up enough as it is. He looks guilty. I sigh and sit up in my bed, sitting on the side of it facing Bruce. It was really nice of you to help out Redline with the whole move today. Better than some of the other creeps. Really don't want some random heavyweight fucking with Red's stuff. Still can't believe Fang would just hire movers or something. You'd be amazed at all the way they try to cut costs down here. I was the only one that actually volunteered to help move shit. It was mandatory for everyone else. I'm sure Red appreciates it. Do you need any help moving the rest of it? I'd need 3 hands, and I don't want to make a 3rd trip, so sure. We gather up the remainder of his belongings and make our way up the staircase. It's a little awkward, but I don't know which one of us is feeling more uncomfortable. Red's room is still a mess, but he just moved in, so I can't really blame him for that. We set the last few things in the corner and Bruce clears his throat. There we go. The room feels way smaller already. Maybe it'll be better when he tidies up. Yeah, sure. Hey, Zan. Since we're actually alone now, He sighs and clenches his fists. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You don't have to keep apologizing, Bruce. It's fine. No, it's not fine. I should have been more careful with you. Yeah. And I really don't want to make enemies with someone so close to Red. He has too much to deal with already. So, and you don't have to forgive me, I know that, but I just really want you to know how sorry I am for everything. Thank you. I'm, glad Red has someone to hang out with. His last group of buds bailed on him. Never liked them anyways. They were creeps. He should be around people that actually give a shit. Can't exactly say I've done a good job of giving a shit about him before recently. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't know. Keep an eye out for him, will ya? He's one of the good ones. Fighters, I mean. One of the good ones to have around down here. He lets out a frustrated sigh and drops to sit on the bed. I'm shit with words. You get what I mean, right? I think so. I sit next to him. The bed is shifted uncomfortably towards his end. It's just going to be hard if he's on a different tier. Different room, different coach, probably different schedule. Pfft, don't worry about the coach thing. I think the little mutt's got a thing for Bucky. He's not going anywhere. But the room thing will be tricky. I gotta keep up appearances, and you don't normally have access to this floor. Not unless someone gives me access or I just win a fight and get to tier 2. Easy. Yeah, easy. You actually hit me pretty hard in the last fight. Feels like you've been working out. I roll my eyes. Yeah, I'm sure it was just a lucky shot. But thanks. How do you know Redline? Bruce shrugs. We're co-workers. That's pretty obvious. Bruce chuckles. Nah, Red was pretty hard to miss when he first came down here. Little fucker's loud. He's also fun to have around. Life of the party, always coming up with stuff to do when you're bored. Yeah, I know how that goes. I don't think a night went by without him trying to convince me to try something new. Swimming, gaming, treadmill races. Did you ever take him up on that? Nah. Why not? I don't know. Bruce leans back and smiles. You're missing out, man. He knows how to put a smile on people's faces. Or tries to, at least. All the other guys just laugh. It pisses me off real bad. He deserves better than that. Better than all this. There's a beat of silence, but Bruce continues. Anyways, first time I see this guy, he starts freaking out, like, in a good way. Happens all the time when I meet fans. He flashes a cocky grin. For a second, I swear I can see sparkles around his head. But then, get this. He asks to spar with me. Can you believe it? I absolutely can. He tries to spar with Bucky 3 times a week. Right, that's because he's a gay little fuck. Can't just walk up to the biggest guy on campus and ask to fight him. Anyway, said yes, but kind of as a joke.
Cause like pulling teeth to get guys my size to roll with me. So what's this little twerp gonna do? And he choked you out. Yeah, maybe in his wet dreams. Made him tap about 20 times in 5 minutes and left him on the gym mats. But the little fucker came back the next day, thanked me, and asked me for a rematch. I always feel like that'd get annoying fast. Maybe if he was an asshole, yeah. That's the difference between Red and the rest of these creeps. Red gives a shit. He gives a shit about you, about MMA, about getting stronger. And when we wrestled, he wasn't just trying to prove something or get his rocks off or whatever. He actually wants to get stronger and he has fun doing it. So, no, it's not annoying. I'll wrestle with him any day. Or at least I would. Till I got a fun little sermon with the comments about fraternizing with the lower tiers. I didn't have a problem with it, but he went on and on about how won't harbor the right attitude and that they strive for it down here. Whatever the fuck that means. And then you joined the picture, and yeah, it's been a minute since I got to hang with Red. Feels like I haven't been good a friend to him, so helping him move is the least I can do. Red X Bruce, Xander is just a side character. We're playing as a side character. He looks frustrated, maybe disappointed. It's so hard to tell, but at least I feel like I can lower my guard a little bit. I know what you mean. I haven't done a good job of being too friendly with him. I guess he's waiting for me to continue. The way I lived above ground was totally different. I was alone for a long while, and I kind of expected that to be the same down here. He just never quit. I didn't get it and it frustrated me. I didn't deserve it. I still don't think I do. And so I kept being an asshole, expecting to get fed up and leave. Then I wouldn't have to feel bad if they'd have to put up with me. Then I could just keep being alone, and he could find someone else that deserved his good attitude. Sounds like bullshit. I don't know what you did to think you deserve to be alone, but if you're anything like Red, it's probably bullshit. Plus, he wouldn't try to be your friend if you were an asshole. But I'm glad I finally got an explanation. You said a lot of shit when you were loopy from those meds. Meds? Oh, right, the trim. That was you! You carried me back to my room after my trim? I thought that was a dream. Nah, you're light as fuck and it was a short trip. Why did you do that? Bruce shrugs. 'Cause I needed to. Who else was gonna bother? I probably could have gotten back on my own. And if you didn't... Sorry. Don't start! The last thing I need is another lightweight apologizing for nothing. But if you're really sorry, pay it forward. What do you mean? Sounds like we both owe Red back for putting up with our bullshit. And I don't know if hanging out in his room without him counts. Oh yeah, we really have been in here for a while. Let out a small laugh. I'll think of something to do for him then. We'll probably get in trouble if we stay here for too long. Got any ideas? What, you still want to hang out? Clingy! He flashes a smirk before standing upright, stretching out as tall as the ceiling will let him. Fine, I got an idea, but you might have to break a few rules. Are you going to report me? Don't give me a reason to. His massive hand reaches down, probably to ruffle my hair, but I flinch. There's a pause before he pulls his hand back. Let's go. Where? Bruce had already opened the door. His claw raises to his mouth, signaling me to shush silently. I roll my eyes and follow him down the hall. We creep down one way, taking a side hallway that leads to an elevator. Once inside, Bruce presses his thumb to a square on the side and immediately kicks to life. I'll ask again, where are we going? Penthouse. Penthouse? The elevator stops and opens to reveal a set of closed doors. Bruce unlocks them and steps inside. I step into Bruce's room. No, more like an entire house. The doors lead to a living room area divided by a hallway with doors that lead into other rooms. This is enormous. Yeah, renovated and decorated it myself. Did you actually? Fuck no! I'd probably break something. Well, not probably, I definitely have broken a couple door frames. Come on, I'll give you the tour. Bruce leads me through the entryway. Living room. He's got 2 couches with a huge flat-screen TV, along with an entertainment center housing a lot of books and game consoles. Can't help but wonder. It's weird. Feels too... nice? That's not what I should say, but Bruce laughs. I get what you mean. Like I said, I didn't furnish it, but they did a way better job than I ever would have. As long as the bed's comfy and the food's good, I don't really give a shit. Oh, and the temperature. Yeah, I noticed it's kind of muggy in here. That's the humidifiers, and I usually keep the thermostat cranked a bit. I can turn it down if you want. I guess it's the dinosaur blood for you. I'd feel rude asking him to change his living situation when he was the one that invited me. Here, one sec. Without asking, he presses a few buttons on a keypad on his wall, and the temperature starts dropping right away. Sorry about that. You really didn't have to, it's fine. But thanks. He smiles and continues the tour. Dining room, bedroom, bathroom's at the end of the hall. It's all so much. Why does he need a full-size dining room? His bed looks as big as my entire room, and his room is almost 3 times the size of that. I think that was my favorite part about getting champ status. The private bathroom, no more communal shitting.
Yeah, I bet you have hot water in the shower too.
And the tub.
Bruce opens the bathroom door, revealing a bathtub. No, more like a hot tub with enough space for even Bruce to walk around in.
They don't have tubs above ground that fit me well. I could swim laps in this thing.
Don't tell Red that,
He's already tried. Told him that the pool is for swimming laps and my tub's for getting dunked under while the jets are on.
Oh, so he knows about your room too.
Yup, invited little twerp and a bunch of guys other one time to watch some Apex fights.
Apex is a rival fight league. There's a lot of talented guys in there. I'm sure Redline fawns over them all the time. I know he's brought up his many, many crushes on the men from Clawstar. So Apex seems up his alley too. Wait, Clawstar? As in Clawstar Wrestling? Sounds like a fun night.
Yeah, cleaning up after a bunch of wild animals that ransacked my fridge was awesome. There's a reason I haven't hosted a fight night since.
Your fridge? You have a kitchen?
Oh yeah, the end of the tour.
Bruce leads me through the final doorway off to the side, revealing a massive kitchen. Plenty of countertop space, a kitchen island with a stove, and a huge fridge that Bruce starts digging through.
Sorry, I suck at hosting. You want something to drink?
You have this whole kitchen to yourself.
Yup.
We don't even have access to the cafeteria all the time. Bruce sighs and closes the fridge door.
Yeah, and I hear the hours are going to get cut more, so stay on top of that.
Where'd you hear that?
Champ's intuition.
Takes a swig of some heavily branded beverage, featuring Fang's logo as part of a promotion deal.
And I overheard Theo talking about it when I was doing a photo shoot.
Great. Bruce slides a similarly branded bottle across the counter toward me. It nearly topples over, but I catch it and have a sip. Not bad. So, first they lower the portions, and now they're fucking with the meal hours.
That's the part I don't get. Some of these guys have specific diets. Hell, I probably wouldn't be where I am if I couldn't make my own meals.
Feels like they're making it harder for us to actually succeed.
Hey, the less people that succeed, the less money you gotta pay employees.
That doesn't feel like a good way to run a business.
Well, neither does pitting the smallest guy I've ever seen against a big, dumb fucking monster. But hey, the fuck do I know?
Cutting our vacation days, blocking us off from most of the internet, and now all this. And Red told me they already cut everyone's pay a few months back.
Mm-hmm. That caused a real big stink. One of the middleweights tried to start some union thing and his ass got booted immediately. Poor guy's probably still paying off his contract fees.
Is there anything we can do?
You? No. Probably blaming it on some budget cuts or whatever. It's happened a few times since Fang got started.
Oh, damn.
Sad reality of the company being owned by a rich piece of shit.
Both drink our drinks in silence for a bit. I don't know what to say. You probably have a bit of a pull.
You'd think so, huh?
I mean, you're the champ. Hell, you got brand deals. Gesture to Bruce's face on the label of the bottle I'm drinking from. He sighs.
It's not that easy, Zan. Think I haven't already tried? Old fuck just tells me to stick to my job or I lose it.
Lose it?
Yeah, my job. Everyone down here is replaceable, Xander. You, Red, Bucky, Cole, me. And I'm not going back topside.
Bruce growls as he speaks and drops his empty bottle in a recycling bin. Mood's got really intense out of nowhere. I get why he's afraid to lose his job, but our jobs are getting worse. Is his job really more important than ours?
Anyway, welcome to Casa de Champion. Got any questions?
Sure. Why did you show me this?
Just wanted to show off.
He flashes a shit-eating grin.
Just kidding. Figured you wouldn't be alone in that cramped little tier 1 room all day.
Well, it's less cramped now the red line's out.
Until someone else moves in. Heh. Hey, maybe they bumped that Jesse guy down and you got to stay with him. Maybe they'll throw Cole your way too. Free up some space in the tier 3s.
Ugh, no thanks. I'll move back in with Red then.
Dog, gonna share a bed with the little guy? I guess you're pretty small. You both could fit.
He sprawls out all over his bed, so he might just kick me off. I've tripped over his sheets more times than I can count.
Well, worst case scenario, my couch is a pull-up bed, so...
I don't know how to respond to that. I think Bruce also picks up on how strange it sounds.
Not like in a weird way or anything.
I'll keep it in mind.
Sure.
The air between us starts to go stale, and Bruce sighs.
So yeah, if you and Red ever need, a break from all this.
His fingers are tapping against the marble countertop, with his other hand clawing at his arm. Is he feeling impatient? He probably wants me out of his hair. I should take my leave. I gotcha, thanks. I should probably get going, though.
Wait.
His claws curl up, gripping the side of the table.
Never mind. Yeah. You know how to get back?
The elevator?
Yeah. Oh, right, the drink. Maybe leave it here. Can't have them seeing you drink stuff from topside.
Good call. I guzzle down the rest of it and leave the bottle on Bruce's table before making my way to the exit. See you around. See ya. He looks as grumpy as always. But as I take one last look around, I can make out some faint details on the walls and some furniture. Claw marks, looks like, on the walls and door frames. He's covered them up with paint, and the ones on the sofa are barely peeking out from under the throw pillow. I look back to Bruce, and he's still clawing at his marble table. I should leave. The doors to his room close and the elevator comes quick enough. What the fuck was with those claw marks? Felt a little bit too clean in there. He must be hiding something, and Redline's been up here, so they must be close. Is Redline in danger? No, Red's pretty smart when it comes to this sort of thing. I don't think he'd willingly get close to Bruce if he thought Bruce would hurt him. But then again, Bruce hurt me, so... That's not fair to Bruce, though. He was just doing what he had to do. I have to get it out of my head that Bruce has ulterior motives. He's just being Bruce. He's just being nice. Even if his house is littered with scratch marks that are so obviously his, I can only imagine how scary he gets when he's actually mad. No, he's gotten mad before when he quartered me in the med bay right before offering to pay for my way out, and in the gym when he apologized. Thank God he stopped himself. Those claw marks looked pretty scary. I should warn Redline next time I see him. God, I need to get my mind off all this. Maybe I should swing by the library. Finally getting around to doing what I was planning on doing an hour ago. I hunt down the book I was thumbing through last time and plop down in a chair. There we go, peace and quiet, maybe with less depressing thoughts this time. The library was nice. I didn't finish my book, but that's fine. It was too hot to focus. I thought heat was supposed to rise. Shouldn't it be cold underground? You'd think so, but that's not actually true. Heat rises, but we're still much closer to the Earth's core than we would be above ground. I didn't think it would make that much of a difference, but maybe Redline's onto something. Of course I am, dude! You would have picked up on that by now, duh. How else do you think it got to tier 2? How else? I guess that makes sense. It's all just a matter of being smarter. And being a better fighter, of course. Yeah, that checks out. Hey, look on the bright side. Maybe Bruce will just snap your neck in the next fight. For some reason, that fills me with some horrible sense of unease. Something from the pit of my stomach starts to grow. Up through my chest, up and up into my throat. I can feel it stretch the lining of my diaphragm, aching to get through until it blossoms at my lips. Stop. That's all I can manage to say, choking on the words that are getting swallowed down by my throat. I can't breathe, I can't get words out. I'm choking on nothing he can see, but it feels real. It's real and it's stuck in me. I need it out, I need it out, I need it out! My hands reach for his paws, nearly throwing myself over the lunch table to grasp for them. Raw force of my grip alone almost manages to snap his wrists in half, but he stares at me as if it's nothing. Oh, this is terrifying. I double over, coughing and hacking every violent thought out. Blood splatters onto the table, each drop spelling out my sins, my fears, my love. Shit, kid, you made a mess out here. Right? Maybe that's why his parents got rid of him. I didn't need them to tell me that I'm a piece of shit. Silence spreads through the cafeteria in an instant. Everyone's eyes are on me. Some scared, some shocked, some angry. Redline chuckles nervously and clears his throat. Hey, Zan? Kinda made a mess here. I did? Oh, I did. There's blood all over the table. Some of it's even spilling on the floor. I can help you clean it up. Like you always do. Like I always do. Here, you have some on your lips. Brings a napkin to my face, dabbing at the blood. The copper reminder of what I deserve still fresh at the root of my tongue. I can't stand looking at him. He's always cleaning up my messes. He's always putting in the work to make me feel good, and I treat him like shit. I know. Oh, he knows. I do. Then why is he smiling? Because maybe I deserve it too. My stomach starts to well again, and I can feel it grow up through my throat. I clutch on my own neck, leaning back and turning away, but end up tumbling and dropping to the floor. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't you dare say you deserve this. Nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves to feel the way you feel. And I guess you don't know me as well as you want to. Another cough, another spray of blood, this time on the floor. My whole body is shuddering the same way I get after I throw up. I got sick a lot as a kid. Makes sense, or was pale as hell. How many nights did your parents waste staying up with you while you were sick? Too many. Poor thing would be better off dead. Especially when they found out you're a faggot. The bubble already present in my throat popped after I could open my mouth, and I collapsed in a puddle of my own blood, with more dribbling out of my mouth. It hurts. My throat feels like it's been scratched and clawed raw. Claws like Bruce. Bingo! I can't feel my throat. I need to say something. I need to get these words out before I end up choking on them. I need someone to help me. I need help. Please. Red. Bruce. Someone call a doctor. Drayden can't stop you from getting sick.
He can only filter through your bullshit.
You're the only one that can do the things you need to do. I need help. Redline sighs, rolls his eyes, and walks over to me.
Alright, Xander, I'll help you just this once.
He reaches down, pulling me out of my blood. No, it's more like oil now. Thick black tar that's starting to spread its way across the floor. Bruce has already stepped out of it, but everyone else is sinking. Redline hoists me onto his back, and I cling lazily over his shoulder. He smiles as a trail of ooze drags down onto his arm.
See what happens when you keep it bottled up?
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm going to weigh you down.
I know.
You're better off without me.
Xander, I know. Let's get you to the doctor. Maybe he can fix you up again.
I don't think I deserve to be fixed.
I know. I don't think I do either.
Why are you being so awful to yourself? You know I can't say anything to comfort you right now.
Right now? Then what stopped you from any other time?
I think I'll throw up if I tried.
And then I'll help you clean up.
You're too good to me.
Mm-hmm. I know. But hey, look on the bright side. Now that I moved out, you won't have to see me anymore.
I blink and the hallway's gone. Where did it go? Where's the cafeteria? Redline, Where's Redline? I was on his back and now I'm on all fours in the tar. It must have spread outside the cafeteria. I wasn't fast enough. My maw opens to cry, but nothing but tar deluges out. My throat is so raw it's gone numb. There's so much nothing piled up inside my stomach that it had to go somewhere. Better out than in. No, that's not true. Would have been better inside me. Then everyone could be happy. Everyone would carry on just fine. It's pulling me under. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe this is what's supposed to happen. Maybe it's better this way. Like falling asleep. I drop to my side and the tar melts with my clothes, my fur, my skin, my bones. Everything's fuzzy. It's too hot down here anyway.
Xander?
His voice rings through the ink and I try to move. He's here. He's going to save me.
Xander!
My stomach is dissolving in this tar, but that's okay. I'll be okay. I need to be okay. I need to be okay for him. I don't want him to see me like this.
Only a nerd like you would fall asleep reading a book.
What? I didn't...
Or maybe that makes you the opposite of a nerd since nerds love books so much. Huh?
We're going to leave off here tonight. There's too many emotions. Too many emotions. This game is once again, a visual novel is giving me feels and I don't know if I appreciate it. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.